Hey guys, today just a short video to talk about bringing structure to your ERP or MRP system. What I really mean here is part structures. So we're going to talk about the sort of more engineering side of ERP and MRP. And these things are really fundamental to how you will use your system and what control you'll have over the parts that you have in your system. So let me just write this up. We'll have part structures up here. And to put it very simply, a product structure or a part structure consists of two elements. It's going to have, if it's a manufactured part, what we call a bill of materials, and it's going to have a routing. So in MRP language, a bill of materials is simply, it's the list of parts that you put into it. So for example, if I'm making a cake, then I would have an ingredients list of eggs, flour, milk. That ingredients list would have the quantity of each of those things I need. And the same is true with our bill of materials. So in the world of electronics, for example, you might have 3 lines going into that bill of materials, very simple electronic part of this. I might have 10 capacitors, I might have 5 resistors and 2 diodes all going into the same product that I'm making. And that would consist up in here of my bill of materials. So it'd have perhaps line 10, 20 and 30 with those items on, each with a quantity against them. By the way, the reason in MRP we tend to talk in line jumps of 10, so line 10, 20, 30 rather than 1, 2, 3, is it makes it very easy later on to insert line 11, line 12, 13, 14 if we need to add extra bits in over time without changing that overall structure. On to the routings then. The routings, well, that's simply the method that we take to make it. So going back to my cake analogy, well, if I've got a list of ingredients, I'm still not going to be able to make a good cake. I need to know what I do with those ingredients and the order that I put them in. So if I've got milk and eggs and things and I just throw them all into the pan and mix them around a bit, probably not going to be a good cake. You need to put them in the right order and do your mixing in the right way. So the routing is the steps that you go through. For example here, I could say that my first operation is some assembly, and then my second operation is some inspection. So I do my assembly and then I do my inspection. Now look, a good ERP system or an MRP system that has good quality part control in it is going to give you an awful lot more than just the simple things we've talked about here. You'll also be able to have operations that are done outside of your organisation, so subcontract operations, and a mixture of those with in-house operations. You'll have good costing control over the whole structure, so you'll know exactly how much it should cost you to make, and in a great system like ours, exactly how much it did cost you to make after you've done it. You'll also have things like methods, whether it's purchased or manufactured, issue control and drawing control, all those kind of things attached to the part, along with things like engineering change notes and things like that. So lots of other things you can throw in there, but that's the basic. A part structure is just everything that comprises that part in terms of its materials and the routing or the method that we take to make it. That's it for today, guys.
To learn more, visit our website or book to attend one of our free educational events. You'll even receive a free paperback copy of our book, How to Implement a Manufacturing System, just for attending.